Travis Kelce is heading into his 13th season with the Kansas City Chiefs, and there's a lot more buzz than usual around his touchdown celebrations, especially the now iconic bow and arrow gesture. This celebration, which his girlfriend Taylor Swift has also adopted on her Eras Tour stage, has become something of a symbol for Kelce. The story starts back in January when the Chiefs posted a quick video of Kelce practicing his signature dance in front of a white backdrop. He explained on the New Heights podcast that he started doing the archer pose as a way to stand out when entering the stadium. Kelce said, "I do the archer pose when I enter the stadium because I wanted to do something when I ran out of the tunnel. What truly motivates him," he said, "is to dream big and shoot for the stars," referencing one of his favorite quotes from football legend Deion Sanders. "If your dreams aren't bigger than you, then there's a problem with your dreams. So don't forget to shoot for the stars, ladies and gentlemen." The gesture quickly caught on, especially after Swift mimicked it during her first ever London Eras Tour show last June. While performing So High School, Swift pantomimed pulling back a bow and launching an arrow, sending the internet into a frenzy. Fans noted that Swift had also used the gesture previously during performances of her track, The Archer, which includes the lyric, "I've been the archer, I've been the prey." The crossover between Kelce's celebration and Swift's onstage theatrics created a viral moment that fused NFL fandom with the Swiftie universe, making the bow and arrow instantly recognizable to millions. However, Kelce finds himself at a crossroads because the NFL has started to crack down on celebrations that mimic weapon-related gestures. Last season, the league fined several players for similar acts, including Cincinnati Bengals Andre Iosivas and Philadelphia Eagles Jalix Hunt, both penalized for mimicking the shooting of a bow and arrow. Other big names like Atlanta Falcons Drake Baldwin, New York Giants Malik Nabers, New York Jets Allen Lazard, Cincinnati Bengals Jamar Chase, Pittsburgh Steelers George Pickens, and even Kelce's own teammate, Patrick Mahomes, have had to fork over fines for their touchdown celebrations. The NFL's rationale is simple. The league wants to keep the game safe, family-friendly, and free from anything that could be interpreted as promoting violence, even if it's just pantomime. The bow and arrow, while subtle, falls under this umbrella, and the NFL's stance has only gotten tougher over time. Kelce, for his part, has voiced his frustration with the league's growing list of banned celebrations. Last October, he openly criticized the NFL's decision to penalize players for the bow and arrow gesture. He said, "I know we don't want this to be like, oh, NFL players shooting guns. I get that. But this is so subtle." Kelce argued that unless a player is using the gesture to taunt or target a defender, it shouldn't be flagged. He added, "If you want to fine the guy after the game for doing it, whatever. That's up to the NFL for wanting to protect their league. But I think it's absolutely ridiculous that a guy is on the ground shooting pointing fingers for getting a first down saying, 'We're going that way,' or whatever he might be doing. I just think it's too much, man. It's too much, and it's affecting the game in the wrong way." Kelce even joked about his Second Amendment rights, saying, "It's my Second Amendment. I have the right to bear arms," and laughed. This ongoing saga raises the stakes for Kelce as he enters a new season. There's speculation that if he repeats the gesture in 2025 to 26, he could be hit with more than just a fine. A flag on the play could cost the Chiefs valuable yardage at a critical moment. It's a risk that could impact not only Kelce's wallet, but also his team's chances in tight games. Yet, the bow and arrow means more to Kelce than just a celebration. It's a statement about resilience, ambition, and the drive to keep pushing forward, echoing his mantra of shooting for the stars. The celebration has become a signature move, a personal ritual that marks his touchdowns and energizes both his teammates and the crowd. Taylor Swift's adoption of the gesture only amplified its significance. When she pulled back her imaginary bow in front of a sold-out stadium in London, fans immediately made the connection, and the moment went viral. Social media lit up with side-by-side clips of Kelce on the field and Swift on stage, both firing invisible arrows into imaginary targets. The gesture became a shared symbol for the couple, bridging sports and music fandoms in a way rarely seen before. Swift's fans, known for their attention to detail, picked up on the crossover instantly, and the bow and arrow pose became a staple at her concerts, with fans in the audience mimicking the move during the performance of The Archer. The NFL's crackdown on celebrations has been a hot topic for years, with the league walking a fine line between encouraging player expression and maintaining a certain image for the game. While some celebrations are harmless and fun, others, especially those that can be interpreted as violent or taunting, are quickly flagged. The bow and arrow sits in a gray area. It's not aggressive, but it's still a weapon-related gesture. The rules, however, are clear: no simulated weapons, period. For Kelce, the challenge is to find a new way to celebrate without drawing the ire of league officials. Subscribe for more inside stories from the NFL and the world of sports. Kelce's journey to the NFL spotlight wasn't always smooth. Drafted by the Chiefs in the third round of the 2013 NFL Draft, he had to work his way up from the bottom. Early in his career, he was known for his athleticism, but also for his sometimes unpredictable behavior both on and off the field. Over time, he matured into one of the league's best tight ends, earning Pro Bowl selections and helping lead the Chiefs to multiple Super Bowl appearances. His connection with quarterback Patrick Mahomes became legendary, with the two forming one of the most dangerous offensive duos in the league. Kelce's celebrations have always been part of his appeal. From dancing in the end zone to his signature bow and arrow, he brings energy and personality to every game. Fans love the showmanship, and teammates feed off his enthusiasm. But as the NFL tightens its rules, Kelce and other players are forced to find new ways to express themselves. The league's position is that celebrations should be about fun and team spirit, not about violence or intimidation, even if only implied. The crackdown has led to some creative alternatives: choreographed dances, team celebrations, and even props when allowed. Yet, the line between what's acceptable and what's not can be blurry, leading to frustration among players who feel their personal expression is being stifled. The NFL's list of banned celebrations has grown longer each year, and players have had to adapt or risk losing money and hurting their teams with penalties. Kelce's situation is unique because his celebration has crossed over into mainstream pop culture thanks to his relationship with Swift. The bow and arrow isn't just an NFL move now. It's a gesture recognized by millions of people worldwide. This level of visibility puts even more pressure on both Kelce and the league. If he's penalized for the gesture, it's not just a football story. It's headline news across sports, entertainment, and social media. The NFL is aware of this dynamic, and the league has to weigh the potential backlash from fans who see the crackdown as overly harsh. At the same time, the league is committed to maintaining its standards and avoiding any appearance of promoting violence, no matter how subtle. For Kelce, the decision is tough. Does he retire the bow and arrow for good, or risk fines and penalties to keep the tradition alive? Some fans argue that the league should make exceptions for celebrations that have become part of pop culture, especially when they're clearly not meant to be threatening. Others believe the rules should be enforced equally for everyone, regardless of celebrity status or public attention. As the new season approaches, all eyes are on Kelce. Will he unveil a new celebration, or will he stick to his signature move and challenge the league's authority? One thing is certain: whatever he decides, it will be watched and analyzed by fans, media, and NFL officials alike. The story of Kelce and his bow and arrow is about more than just a touchdown dance. It's about how athletes express themselves, how sports and pop culture intersect, and how rules and traditions evolve over time. The outcome will have implications not just for Kelce, but for players across the league who look to him as a trendsetter. Subscribe now and never miss a moment from the world of NFL and the latest on your favorite stars. Kelce continues to train hard for the upcoming season, determined to help lead the Chiefs to another Super Bowl run. He's not letting the celebration controversy distract him from his goals.